Thank y'all for being here. Well, the last business meeting that we had was in our living room, and we packed the place out, and so we thought we better move to a bigger place. And I know we're not packing this place out, but that's pretty cool because that means next time. So I want to open in prayer. So if you don't mind, Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for this opportunity today. I pray that you would bless our conversation, bless our words, bless this time as we get to know each other a little bit better. Just help us to open our ears and hearts, God, to what you'll have us learn and leave with today. In Jesus' name, amen. So I want to start off with talking about the founder of this company, Gary Young. If y'all have a Facebook, or if you have gotten anything in the mail, probably when you got your kit, you got like a monthly flyer thing. You probably saw a picture of Gary Young, and he probably wasn't in a suit on stage somewhere. He was probably wearing a farmer's hat, either in his overalls or his work jeans, and probably in a farm or distillery, because Gary Young is passionate about what he does, and he's passionate about being in the middle of what's happening and how you guys are your well-being, your health. And so you can't really do that all the time when you're standing in the mist making millions of dollars. So he makes sure that he is active in everything that Young Living does. So that's pretty cool that we are under a man that, for one, he had his own testimony. He was hurt in a logging accident and had a miraculous healing through natural medicine, prayer, and oils, and then had a passion to share that with the world. And his passion is to put healing oils in the house of every person in the world. And so we're here to help represent that purpose, that passion that he has. And so I just wanted to kind of talk about him a little bit. Sometimes in the middle of all this, that purpose of helping people gets lost. And so I just wanted to let you know that we have a wonderful person. We're 20 years this year who founded the company, and so we're in a great place. That being said, in January, when we had the business meeting, raise your hand if you were at the January business meeting. Sweet, good. There was a lot of people there, and it filled our living room up. And at that time, we had 195 members in our group, and we had about 20,000 OGV. If you don't know what OGV is, that's your overall group value, and that's what everybody's doing under Doug and I. But this month, in March, where we are right now, not even finished in March, we have exactly 400 members, and we have 45,000 OGV. So just in 2 months, from the 11th of January to today, we have over doubled our group. And so, wow, that's amazing. That's just talking to people, sharing your testimonies with people, and helping people heal their issues, just their little old issues. So that's pretty huge. So I am just super proud of you guys. And so yeah, you guys are doing really great, really good sharing. And so in doing that, in rising up and going from star to senior star, executive and whatnot, you need to have a support system. And this is my support system.
Okay, my name is Booker, as was said a while ago, but I'm here. I'm gonna say a couple of things today at different times. What I want to talk to you right now about, I'm directing towards the spouses, okay? Either the husbands or wives of people who are doing the oil business. And in Texas, when you say the oil business, it means something else, but not anymore. Now it means this. And so I can tell you this. when Kim first brought home the idea of these essential oils, I didn't run and jump on board, okay? I was like, what? I'm sorry, what? And, I was raised in church my whole life, and I thought it was a little bit, and then she started showing me some of them and wanting to rub them on my feet, behind my ears, and I was thinking she was like becoming a witch or something like that. And I was a little nervous. I really was. I was apprehensive. So I had to do a little checking out of it on my own and seeing what it was all about. And then there was the time when I had a really horrible headache, and she said, let me just try this. So she put some on me. And a few minutes later, she's like, so how's your headache? And I so bad wanted to go, it is throbbing. It hurts so bad. But it was gone. And I was like, And so then I slowly started getting into it. And so I then said, you know what? If this is what you want to do, then I'll let you do it. If you're not making enough money in a couple of months, so you're going to have to get a job. And so we kind of set a little goal for her. I didn't set it. She was like, what if I'm making this much? I'm like, sure, go ahead. You're never going to get there. And like the next month, she shows me her check, and I'm like, okay, we need to raise that up, okay? And so then I started realizing, though, the more that I got behind her, the more I helped her out, the more I supported her, and the more free she was to just do what she wanted to do, then the more she got to do and the better off she was. And so I was like, hey, just keep going. You're doing great. Keep going, And it started to get to me at one point when I started seeing her check, because I'm the man, right? I bring home the money, the old thing. I bring home the bacon, you fry it up in the pan, all right? That's how it's going to work. And then I'm like, okay, if this gets much worse, she's going to be making more than I am. And, I had to do something. I know a lot of people say, swallow your pride. And I heard this not long ago, and I can't remember where I heard it from. I honestly cannot remember if it was in church, if it was where. But people say swallow your pride, and I've decided that I'm not going to do that, because when you swallow your pride, that's you keeping your pride. And so, my new thing is puke your pride. Get it out. If you're sick, you don't try to hold it in. You get it out so you're better, right? So, or if you got pride, put some oil on. I'm sure there's one for it. Put a little oil on and get rid of your pride, because this thing really works. And if you have pride and you let that hold back whoever is trying to sell the oils and bring that thought of healing and that vision of Gary to other people, then you're holding that back, and you're going to hinder your spouse from doing any good. And so I would say, number one, get rid of your pride, and number two, be very supportive. Do all you can do to help them out. I understand you still have jobs. I understand there's still kids. There's still yard work. There's still, everything to do. But the more you can support, the better off the other person will be. So.
And it's so much more than a paycheck. If you've been doing this for any length of time at all, you know that it's more than the oils. It is a God-given gift that we have these medicines and to use on our body. If you get into the science of it at all, you will understand that it's more than just the oils. God created them for us to use to give us freedom in our healing and in our health. He didn't, I say this at every class, you all probably heard it a million times, but He didn't call us to be bogged down with sickness or pain. He called us to be free, and that means in our body, in our emotions, in our spirit life. And so when we are touching other people, with healing and helping to teach them what it is that God has given us and He's already enlightened us and showed us and given us insight. It's kind of like our job to go help others and tell them what God has done for us and be a witness to that. The awesome thing about Young Living is they have a structure that helps us maintain our families and it financially, and gives us the freedom to go and do that. I mean, it's the full package. It's awesome. How do you get from point A to point B? Some of us are just starting out, and we see the opportunity here to help other people that are around us, but also to help our paycheck grow. Some of you might be here and doing this just to earn your oils for free. Some of you might be really looking at the bigger picture and going, this is a great opportunity to help my family become financially free. And if that is your goal, you are in the right place. I'm here to tell you, whatever your goal is, you are in the right place. So how do you do that? Because I'm here to tell you that if you're depending on that paycheck every month, I've been in this 13 months, the paycheck is not always going to be what you want it to be. You're going to get a paycheck, a commission check, and it might not be exactly what you thought it was going to be. And if you are not in this for the right reasons, you could pretty much just give up. And so, how many of you know that if you're in something, you've got to be in it wholeheartedly, or you're probably not going to be able to withstand overcoming obstacles. So, I just want to help you to realize that it's not just about the paycheck. Sometimes it is about the numbers, and we are here to help reach some goals. There's some awesome goals, especially the girls here that are about to hit silver and get their Aroma Complete in the mail. That is a really awesome goal, and it's great to team up together and try real hard to hit those goals in numbers. But we have to remember our why. And so our why cannot be about the money, the dollars and the cents. It has to be about the people. And so it's not just about the paycheck. We found that to be true. Of course, the paycheck comes eventually. It's obvious the more you put into something, the more you're going to get out of it. But
okay, I don't think. Oh, is it working? Okay. Finding your why is very important. And when we say why, W-H-Y, why? Why are you doing this? What is your motivation? What is your purpose? Like Kim said, it has to be for more than a paycheck. Paycheck alone is not going to do it. If you have a 9-to-5 job that you go to every day and you hate it, then yes, you get a paycheck and you can pay your bills, but what's life? You have to find your why. And so I'm going to tell you a little story. And it might seem a little far-fetched, but I want you to listen to it and just think, what it is. We'll just do this. You have to listen to this story and then put yourself in it, okay? I want everybody, let's close our eyes. Close your eyes and imagine yourself. You and I are standing in a building, and we are 100 stories up in this building. And we're looking through a window at a building, maybe, however far apart buildings are, 100 feet away from us. And we're looking into a window on that other building, from our building to that building. And there is a wooden plank from one window to the next, okay? Now this wooden plank is a little bit solid, not very wide, but somewhat sturdy and in place. Is everybody there? You're looking across at the other building, and there is a wooden plank between you and the other building, okay? And when you look down outside of that window, you're 100 stories up. The dump truck on the road below you looks like a Tonka toy. okay? The people walking around might as well be ants, all right? That's where you're at. Now open your eyes and look at me. If I offer you $10 to walk that plank from one side to the other window, would it be worth it to you? Would you take that chance of walking that wooden plank from one side to the other? Okay, now I'm going to offer you $100. I'm going to up it. Take $100 to go from here to there. Now I'm going to offer you, heck, I'm going to just jump way up. I'm going to offer you $1 million. And you've got to walk this plank from here, 100 feet over, wind, nothing below you but, there's no safety net. There's no harness. You're not tied off. There is no OSHA in this building, okay? I'm the worst constructor ever, and you're just walking this plank. And I've got $1 million if you can get over there. Are you going to do that? I mean, that's a lot of money. I can tell you right now, this big boy, he ain't getting on that wooden plank, all right? Now, stand in your window and look in the window on the other side. And there's your children in that window on the other side. And you look down below a few stories, and that building is on fire. How many of you would make it across that wooden plank? I would go. I would be like the elephant on Horton Hears a Who. I would suck in as much air as I could to make myself lighter, and I would bolt. Or get on my hands and knees and crawl. Or hug the board and get across it as quickly as I could to get my children and get back. That's your why. Not your children, but that reason that's in that window that makes you go, that's your why. There has to be a reason more than just money that makes you step out and take a step of faith and say, you know what, I'm going to make this thing work. I'm going to make this thing happen. And if you're doing it for money, you're going to make money. But you're not going to get the experience out of it that a lot of other people are. But when you find your why, when you see that thing that makes you go, I have got to get over there, then this business that you're in right now, totally different. 100% new outlook on life, new idea of what you're actually doing, totally different. You've got to find what your why would be.
That's good. So that's step one to getting from point A to point B. Step two is to keep your motivation going. When you find what your why is, don't let your motivation be stepped on or trampled on by things and circumstances that come across your way. You're going to have to be above average. There's a quote from a really awesome book. If you've been following some of my posts, The 4-Year Career, I'm going to give one away at the end of this meeting. I love this book. Raise your hand if you've bought the book or read the book. It's a really good book. It's an easy read. If you haven't gotten it yet or you don't win it today, get it and get it on the Kindle, $2.99. It's easy. There's a quote in there that I love. It says, the person with average confidence, credibility, self-esteem, ambition, and promotional skills rarely earns more than average to pay for their own product from the company they represent. So what does that mean? That means that you need to be above average, because I don't want to just barely pay for the oils. Yeah, that was my first goal. I wasn't in this to get rich, obviously, but I wanted to kind of I wanted everybody to be healthy, and so I did want to earn that. But when I realized how easy that was and what my passion was behind this, it went from there. And so we've got to be above the average person. What does that mean? It means that each and every one of us have our own talents and our own gifts. I'm not like you and you're not like me. So you need to find what those talents and those gifts are and then rise above the average. Believe in yourself. When nobody else is there, it's just you and God. Believe that you can do this. If He has given you this opportunity in your lap, then know that He's going to give you the resources to make it happen. And I love this quote too. Belief does not come from success. Success comes from belief. I'm going to tell you that I don't have any upline here. My sister is in Alabama. When I was given this opportunity, when she shared the oils with me last year, I didn't have anybody to help me teach a class. I actually hosted 2 classes in our home and not one person showed up. And I kept going because God kept speaking to me. And I built a website and I did this. And if I couldn't get people to listen to me, I just started doing some stuff that I could do on the side to feed that passion. Because I was so passionate about sharing what was happening in my life with other people. And He has blessed me tremendously, way more than the paycheck. Wow, I've made so many friends that actually think like me, that are freaks like me, that use oils and eat good like me. I'm not the outcast anymore. So, number 3, be a part of an amazing team. Team is so important. We built our team here, and even though I didn't have upline here, I used the resources I had and the team I had out of state. It's so important to be a part of something. We're an oily family. We think alike. We're on the same mission. So we have each other to depend on, especially on those times when things aren't going exactly the way that we thought they would.
Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I was in ministry for almost 20 years, and I am one of those people that I'm going to go back and talk about something again, and I'm going to make sure you understood something, because she just gave a little quote a minute ago, and if you ever have attended church, I think you've heard somebody at least give a we won't go beyond that. We'll just keep it at that level of or that's good, okay? But when she said belief does not come from success, success comes from belief, okay? You can't, is that right? Did I say that right? Okay, when I just said it, it sounded totally like I just spoke Chinese or something. If you go, how many people that you know that play the lottery play it expecting not to win anything? Nobody. Otherwise, you're an idiot. I don't know any other way to say it. You're just not the brightest crayon in the box, okay? And that is a statement that you should have written down, that you should hold on to somewhere, because it is so true. If you are waiting for something to work to believe it, just don't even worry about it, okay? I don't wait for my grass to grow to believe that it rained yesterday, okay? My grass is growing, trust me, I've got to mow it. You've got to get the right mindset. So I'm going to talk about teamwork now and being a part of a team. And I asked if I could talk about this because I told Kim, I said, you've never been on a team, you never played a sport in your life. And so I said, let me do it. And not only though am I, I'm not going to talk about sports, I might mention sports, but I worked in churches a long time, and I can tell you this: if you are not a team 100%, then you can't, it won't function right. Okay? If you're not all the way with each other, then it's not going to work. Now, I don't know any of you real personally, okay? A couple of you have been, several of you have been to our house, but usually I'm grabbing kids and heading out the door when you're pulling in. But I've interacted with a few of you, but if you guys don't get along, and if you guys can't be a team, and I don't mean just, you don't have to hang out every day or anything like that. You just have to be a team. You just have to work together. You just have to make it happen. There's that old saying, there is no I in team. And then somebody said, yeah, but there is a me in team. And I had a coach one time said, you know what, there is a men team, but you've got to really mess it up to make it work that way. And why do you want to mess something up to make it work that way when you've got a way to make it work right? And in a team, you can't have it. Wow. That was not me. I'm just going to tell you right now. That was not me. You can't have any of that in a team, all right? No bull. All right? There is no bull. That is the first time that's ever happened to me in my life. That was awesome. You cannot have any sort of bad talk, of putting down. Listen, I'm going to say it, okay? You can ridicule me, you can throw stuff at me, I don't care. I'll stand behind Kim and let you hit her. I'm speaking to the ladies. There is this one word called gossip. Okay? Love you all, but you know, ladies gossip. They talk. I mean, like I said, you can throw stuff, it's fine. But you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't talk down about somebody. Why would you talk down about somebody that is on your team? Talk them up. Go to them. Make them feel better about what's going on. Be a team. Remember the old saying, if somebody is gossiping to you, they are gossiping about you. Okay? They might say something to your face about somebody else. Let me tell you this. And I'm just letting you know this because it is very important that I let you know this because you might get affected by it one day. And so I'm going to tell you what she did. Okay? Guess what? Your reaction to what they tell you, she's going to go to somebody else and go, I told so-and-so something and let me tell you what she said. Then they're going to somebody else. Then they're going, and if you are a sponge and you're letting them throw that in, then you're just enabling them. Okay? Now, that being said, I don't think that's happening in this group. Okay? I'm not talking, Trish, quit gossiping. I'm not, okay? I'm not saying that's happening. I'm saying the larger this group gets. Did you hear the numbers from January to now? It's more than doubled in size. That's awesome. That's you guys doing your job, and that is awesome. And guess what? By the next one, if it doubles in size again, wow. Sometimes, though, when you get more and more people, somebody might start saying something, doing something. If you hear it, nip it in the bud. Stop it. You've got to be a team. And I found a quote. I had heard it before, but when I was talking to Kim about team, does anybody know who Phil Jackson is? Basketball coach, about to go to the Knicks, I think, New York Knicks. He just got like some big, and he's been out, but he's like the best basketball coach ever. Wins championships wherever he goes. Too bad he doesn't come to Houston. But his quote is this: the strength of the team is the individual member. And the strength of each individual member is the team. Do you grab that? The strength of the team is each individual member. And the strength of each individual member is the team. In other words, you can't have one without the other. Your team is no good without each individual being strong, and each individual being strong is no good without a team. And so you guys, and like I said, I'm not saying that this is happening in this group. I am saying don't let it start. Be a team. Work together. Hang out. Do those little Starbucks chats that you always do, and hang out and visit, and just, if somebody, just help each other. Like right now, I've been seeing Trish encouraging Christina, who's about to hit silver, and encouraging Lorene, who's about to hit silver. And they're working together. You're working together to make other people's goals happen. That's teamwork. I remember when y'all worked together to make Kim's goal of becoming silver happen. That was awesome. That's teamwork. That's being a team. That's putting self aside for the whole. That's being a team. And so I think you guys are doing an awesome job, and I want to encourage you to just continue on, okay?
So number 4, how to get from point A to point B, is to pour into others and help them find their why, to repeat the cycle. So in helping them find their why, you have to know what your why is. And then you build a relationship. This business is about relationships. I have noticed that the people that I talk to the most, some on a daily basis, in our organization are growing the fastest. And there's something to be said for that. We're talking, we're encouraging each other. They're growing, I'm finding out what their why is, and then I'm helping them grow on that. And that's what y'all need to do too. Pour into somebody and help them find their why. Okay, we're going to talk real quick because I don't want to go over the hour. We're going to talk about the Wellness Project. Raise your hand if you know what the Wellness Project is. Okay, some people don't know what the Wellness Project is. If you have a Facebook, you've probably been stuck in there and you have no clue what's going on. So I'm going to explain it to you. I need 3 volunteers. Volunteers, please, don't make me call you out. Jenny? Anybody else? Leslie? Anybody? Come on, you can do it. Yes, you can. Okay, I need somebody up here. Sit Indian style right here. Somebody sit Indian style. She's about to, not you. You're gonna sit on this stool, and Leslie's gonna stand. There we go. Very good. Okay. In the Wellness Project on Facebook, there are Facebook groups. There are 3 levels. There's the intro to oils. There is the members only, and there is the leaders group. Okay? So if you don't know anything about oils and you are just learning, you haven't even bought an oil yet, you get put into the Intro Wellness Project group. Okay? If you're a leader, you can add them in there. This group is only for little baby oilers. They don't really know. They're not really sure. They're going to ask some really crazy questions. And while we're in there as leaders, we need to be feeding them good information. We need to be giving them basic information, nothing too crazy, because they might not even know what we're talking about. A lot of it's going to be about resources, not really testimonies. It's going to be a lot of resources. If they have a question, we're going to figure out how to get them where they need to go so they can learn more, so that they can buy their starter kit and they can get moved over into the members only, the Wellness Project. And these are the people that have bought their kit, they're using it, and they're expanding their knowledge on the oils. They're starting to find out about hormones and how oils can help with weight loss, or how oils can help with, expanding on allergies or any kind of things like that. And so in there, we can share lots of testimonies, but we need to, again, make sure that as leaders, we're in there following up, answering their questions, helping them out. There's going to be a lot more extensive things, because some people in there will be sharing with other people, so they're not only have their questions, they'll have other people's questions. What do I do about this? What do I do about that? We might have to look it up. We might have to do some research ourselves. We might have to find some resources. And so that's what the members only, the Wellness Project, is all about. Then there's the leaders, the Wellness Project. And in there, this is for business builders. This is for people who want to learn how to share the oils. This is for people who want to talk about the compensation plan. They want to talk about commissions. They want to talk about how to share, how to teach a class, how to move forward. We talk about lots of different things in there. If you are not in there right now, you need to be in there if you're at this business meeting. There are people who have signed up for ER, which is Essential Rewards. There are people who are making monthly orders. They're using the oils all the time, but they're also sharing them with other people actively. And that is the Leadership, the Wellness Project. Are there any questions about the 3 phases of the Wellness Project? Very good. Thank you, ladies. Give them a hand. Above that, we have the Oily Team Facebook group on Facebook. Raise your hand if you know what the Oily Team is. Okay, that's where our own team and organization has come together, and that is our own little separate, I want to say local, but it's not really local because we have a lot of people all over. A lot of people out of that 400 that we were talking about, some live in Illinois, some live in Alabama, some live in Oklahoma. We've got people, the UK, we just signed somebody up in the UK. I have a very good friend in Finland. So there's a lot of people in that Oily Team that are not here, not in Baytown, not close enough to even drive. So, but we use that as a focal point for our team and our organization to talk about promotions we're doing within our team, to answer more specific questions about growing your business and that kind of thing. So that's what the Oily Team is outside of the Wellness Project. So if you are like me and you have been put into about 52 million Facebook groups and you don't know which ones to use or how to use them, the 3 main ones are going to be the Wellness Project, the 3 phases, and then your number 1 go-to will be the Oily Team. Okay, and you can find a lot of us in the Oily Team every single day posting about different things going on about Young Living. And so we're going to share with you, again, I'm going to promote this for your career book because I absolutely love it. I'm going to have Booker share with you one of the really great success stories that they have in the back of the book, and it just spoke to me.
All right, you're going to want to read this again for yourself because I'm not going to read it word for word. I'm going to kind of paraphrase it and give you the gist of it. But I'm going to tell you a story about a lady named Margie Alaparandi. And I hope I'm pronouncing her name right in case she ever comes back and watches any of my videos. She is an international speaker, energetic. I mean, she is known all over in the world of network marketing. How many of you know this is actually network marketing? As easy as this is to do, that's what it actually is. 20 years ago, she was a junior high music teacher. Her dreams were to pay for a house, take care of her children. She was a single mother of 3 children. And that was her dreams, just to have her house and take care of her children, but her pay wasn't cutting it. She couldn't do it. So she found herself at a crossroads and was introduced to a product. The book doesn't tell you what company she was with or what product it was, but she was introduced to a product that she found very exciting and that she fell in love with. Over time of trying to do both, she finally decided, you know what, I'm going to throw caution to the wind and I'm going to cancel my teaching contract and go full-time at this. Now that was 20 years ago. Fast forward now, you'll find that she is an energetic, multi-millionaire, motivational speaker that goes all around the world. In just a little while, she had a 5-figure monthly income, and after 3 years, she was at millionaire status. Now listen, I'll tell you right now, I will give 3 years to this if it means I'm going to be at millionaire status, okay? But hers says just after a short time, she was at a 5-figure monthly income, 5 figures a month, 5 figures a month. I have never broke the 5 figures a year yet, so I'm pretty excited about that. How did she do it? She decided that no matter what it took, she was willing to do it. Her why was her children's welfare. Remember the why? You got to find your why. Her why was her children's welfare. And it was so powerful that she looked right past any obstacle, anything standing in her way, anything that tried to slow her down. She tunnel visioned past it. Today, she has 4 grown children. The 4 of them and her together have experienced the world, it says. They've traveled, they have family in all, they consider themselves to have family in almost every country because of where they've traveled and what they've been allowed to do. And she says in here that perseverance is the ultimate habit in networking. Perseverance is the ultimate habit in networking. And she says that for some, it happens right away. For most, it takes dedication. Keep sowing seeds. You cannot sow only 1 or 2 seeds and expect a big harvest. I'm not reading out of the Bible, I promise. This is her quote, okay? You cannot sow 1 or 2 seeds and expect a big harvest. It's the 80-20 rule. So plant seeds every day if you want your business to explode. This lady went from nothing, and in 3 years she was at millionaire status. I mean, no, it's not about the money. For her, it was about the welfare of her children. For me, it's about the health and welfare of my children. I'll tell you what, I'll do my best to keep them healthy, but if in 3 years I'm at millionaire status, their welfare is going to be pretty well taken care of. And so, you know, I now want to just encourage you that what she said, take that and go. You can't plant 1 or 2 seeds and expect a huge harvest. Okay? You can't do it. If you go and you're always talking the business, you're always prepared. Again, I feel like I'm preaching a sermon, literally. I'm not. But it's an exact same. If you attend church, it's the exact same concept of witnessing to other people. And what a better business to be in than Young Living Essential Oils, to be able to, number 1, witness to other people. Number 2, witness to them about your business. You can do both at the exact same time. So I'm going to give it back to Kim to close it out. And so here we go.
Well, in January, I left you with a challenge. I don't know if y'all remember that, but I did, and I wanted to leave you with another challenge. We were talking about pouring into people and finding their why. I'm assuming most of you know your why, and if you didn't before you sat down here today, I'm assuming that you've maybe been thinking about it over the course of this hour, and you know what your why is. I mean, it doesn't take long to figure it out. You pretty much know. But I encourage you today, over the next week or so, I want you to find 1 or 2 people in your organization to pour into and repeat that cycle. Help them find their why. However that is, if that means you guys, you go and have coffee together, or you talk on the phone for an hour, or you spend some time maybe taking the kids to the park. I want you to pour into a couple people this week and find out their why and help them reach their own goals. That's what's going to help you grow, is when you start learning that concept if you haven't already.